this is Kool Bluz. I'm just doing this video, and I might do a second part video about press releases. I've used press releases in the past when I lived in the East Coast, and I wrote them and I distributed them myself without using a big company. It was time consuming, and I think I spent more money than I wanted, but it got to the journalists and they started knowing about certain events that were going on that I was part of. And also, press releases are also good for like controlling bad press. Like if something's gone on in your company, or an event that happened and it was bad press, or in the past there was bad press, or something happened that was negative, you could always use a press release, to put the facts, the new facts that are there, and kind of start cleaning up things from the past that no longer are associated with you. So I've used it with events, but you could also use it with products, literally physical products that are maybe new or old, or just coming out, that might come out in 3 months. You could have a press release about that. Apps or software, etc. Companies that are new or established, like brick and mortar companies, internet companies. The sky's the limit. And individuals, artists, people who do things, and just showcase yourself. I'm just going to go through some information that I found. Of course, you have to lead with the story. It has to be newsworthy for these journalists to kind of grab the attention, So if you have something that has a story behind it, of like sacrifice or some kind of story, anything. There might be things that you don't think are really interesting to people, but when you start writing them down, it's actually, you start coming up with your own really interesting way of a journalist to want to cover your story, or cover your event, or cover your press release. Here, like it says here, keep your press release, do not exceed 120 characters, which is really important. And the first 65 characters of the headline, they're like the most important, obviously, because it's the first thing people see. Let's see, that's next page. Share the why. Why is this, why should people care about this? Why should the journalist want to attach itself and to put your information out there? Avoid the hyperlinks, I guess, so don't put too many internet links on your press release. The most important thing too is end with a call of action. So end with a desired action. Ask people to attend the event, vote online, or check a link and learn more. Anything that you're doing at the end has to send them off to where you want them to. But also remember that you have to get the attention of the different journalists. Now, I find this really helpful. I did this by myself before, but I wondered about companies, and a lot of them are really expensive. So I just did a search for press release companies on Google, and then I came to this this company. But before that, there was a top 10. Here it is, the top 10 press release forms. Okay, so I've seen and I know about these. These are pretty darn expensive. I'm not one right now to be using that. But then I came across e-release, and I noticed they were from Baltimore, which, I lived in Baltimore, so I was really curious about. I called them. They were super nice. I talked to Pearl, and she's here. This is a really small team, okay? Really small team. I think the owner has done this for 14 years, something like that. It used to say on their website. I don't know. See here, 14 years. I thought so. Okay. He's the owner. See, these are the different people. This is who I talked to, Pearl. She was super nice. And I think there's other members, editors. Okay. So let's say you have a something that you want to write a press release in your stock. Just go to a company, let them do it. They'll write it. You call them, and you could write it yourself, or they can write it. And how to write and express what you need on the press release. They're very communicative. They were with me. I know that I spent more than this in the East Coast when I did my own, when it came to writing my press release. And for $300, really, I mean, it's a great price. It's 400 words. They use obviously keywords too. You know, and then they'll distribute it to 75 different media sites. And I've talked to them, and they have their own journalists that they work with too. I don't know. I had a really great experience talking to them. So I'm sure I'm going to do a second video on this, but for now, let me leave it at that. If you guys have any questions of my experience, or other questions you guys might have, or just what you think, let me know at the bottom, okay? Thanks so much, you guys. All right, take care. Bye.